Is this as big as it gets for you guys? As big in recent memory?
No, I mean, this is probably kind of middle of the road for us. We've had some other ones that were larger as far as quantity or total value. So this has been kind of middle of the road for us.
So when does this, is this one group under this umbrella operation that you were tracking?
Ultimately, it is. It's tied to one group out of Mexico. We connected it to the Sinaloa Cartel, so it's relation of that organization.
And as far as working your way up, is it starting with the street level guys and working your way up?
At times, yes. On this specific one, it's just information that we obtained. We started looking into it. We worked our way into the local distributors, and then from just doing regular, surveillance police work, we were able to connect to the Bridgeport and make that Bridgeport connection.
What is the Bridgeport connection?
Bridgeport connection is the regional provider for the meth and some of the dangerous drugs that are being transported into Western Washington.
And was this one primarily meth?
Yes.
You don't hear about meth as much as you used to. It's still around. It's still a thing.
Yeah, we're seeing an uptick in it. The prices have slightly gone up. We've seen less of the fentanyl pills, the M30 pills. We're seeing more of the fentanyl powder and the methamphetamine.
Explain kind of the MO of this group. Was it pretty standard operationally?
No, it's pretty sophisticated. They so you have your lower end distributors, which would be locally. They provide pounds, multiple pounds to lower distributors, and it just kind of trickles down. The ones that were targeted in Kirkland and Linwood were the local providers and distributors, and then they would receive their narcotics from the regional provider, which was located in Bridgeport, Washington.
Do you think these guys knew you were coming when you served the warrants?
No, we don't believe that they had any indication that they were being investigated and that we were coming. What
big picture message do you think a bust of this size sends?
I think it sends a good message to the people that are causing death and destruction in our communities, that it doesn't matter where you are at and where it's coming from. If you're bringing drugs and poison into our communities, and specifically King County in this area, that we'll come after you, and we did. Several years back, we were seeing large numbers of the M30 counterfeit oxy pills, which are commonly known as blues, or we'd see a lot. We were covering hundreds of thousands of those pills. Now we've seen somewhat of a downturn this year. I think we've only seized around 70,000. My team around 70,000 pills, whereas we were seizing hundreds of thousands of pills in years prior. But what we have seen is the uptick and the increase in fentanyl powder. So we're seeing a lot more fentanyl powder, less fentanyl pills, and we're seeing more meth.
It would be shocking 6 years ago for me to see a headline on the news that says cartel operating in the U.S. Here we are now 6 years later, and more departments are coming out and saying, yeah, this dies back directly. And not only are they saying Mexican source, but they're specifically naming cartels. What does that say to you? I mean, do you think the cartels are more prevalent inside U.S. soil?
I think that they have. I think they've always been around. I think we're seeing more of it. And I don't know if we ever asked that question. I know at the local level, I know at the more federal level, they would ask, they had that knowledge, or that might be asking those questions. But now that we're asking those questions, especially of the personnel that, the people that we're coming in contact or making arrests of, them making statements towards that, or our investigation shows that there are direct cartel ties.
Because the one guy just kind of blurted it out, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and we've had multiple sources that we've arrested that have, admitted that they were working with the cartel.
Is there any communication with Mexican law enforcement?
Again, that would be out of our preview. That would be more for the DEA, the three-letter agencies.
Sure.
And I know that we do work. We collaborate with the DEA and the three-letter agencies on some of these investigations, and we provide them information. They provide us with information as well.
How big of a deal was the dog in this?
Canine Quinn is huge. He, a lot of what Canine Quinn does is a lot of verification, locating things that could be hidden, and help us get probable cause for search warrants. So he's a huge part of this.
You kind of get, not you, but people, there's kind of this like jaded view of the work that you all do, which is like, well, you can get this big bus, but somebody else, it's like water flowing. You can't close the dam. How do you keep from getting jaded, or do you have a more optimistic view?
Yeah, I think, for us, the purpose, and we all know how addiction and the overdose deaths in the state of Washington have affected, a neighbor, a loved one. We all probably have known someone that has died from overdose addiction or addiction and an overdose death. I think the biggest driver for us is, last year in 2024, there was around 3,100 overdose deaths in the state of Washington. About a third of those happened in King County. And, to kind of put that in perspective, as far as the state of Washington, that's like a commercial airliner crashing every month. And that really speaks to us. And we want to be that voice for not only the victims, but the victims' families. And, we feel that it's important that we need to do something. We know that we'll never stop the flow of drugs, but we can't stand and stand there and do nothing about it. There needs to be consequences, and we need to be proactive in trying to disrupt and cause chaos in these organizations from them operating freely in our communities. I just appreciate the incredible dedication, not only for my team, but for the teams throughout the state of Washington, for their dedication. Their sacrifices, not only their sacrifices, but their family's sacrifice of allowing them to be able to work nights, work weekends. When we're doing these types of investigations, we might have to leave in the middle of the night. It might draw us across, the county lines. And so I value that and appreciate, the families that support law enforcement officers in the state of Washington that do this type of work.